If you take vitamins, you are taking them because you want them to help your performance, to help you feel better, have more energy to perform at your best, whether that be at your job or in your workouts. But did you know a lot of the vitamins that you're taking are costing you your health? They're adding more toxins to your body. You think they're adding a positive, net positive to your body? A lot of them are adding a net negative to your body. They're not helping you at all, folks. And the reason I say this is because back in 1992, this was after an 8-year stint as a stockbroker, and I was successful in that industry. And I burned out because I worked really intensely, and I thought, okay, what do I want to do now? Well, I wanted to go back to the health industry. And I went to work for a company called the Winning Combination of Santa Monica, California. And guess who interviewed me for that job? Mark Sisson. Have you heard of Mark Sisson, the founder of Primal Kitchen? He is a pioneer in the movement of health in this country. Then you have Andrew Lessman. Andrew Lessman was the owner of that company at that time. He was a pioneer. He is a pioneer. Actually, he's been on Home Shopping Network for 30 years promoting his ProCap supplements. He is the only supplement company that's been on Home Shopping Network since about 90, I think it's 95, 94. Before that, he was on QVC. So he's been around a long time, both of them pioneers. And I was working right alongside them and learning the ropes back in the 90s. And this is why I say this about supplements. Back to that. Andrew taught us how to make supplements. How do you make them properly? You see, most supplements are made with excipients. They're made with flowing agents called magnesium stearate or fillers. The magnesium stearate goes inside of the machinery so that the powders that are going in the capsule don't stick and gum up the machine. That's important. Andrew never used that. He was against any fillers. He was against any type of flowing agents. His vitamins were very clean. He also, one other major thing he taught us, make sure you never take a tablet. That is the best key that you should ever hear. Take away. Don't take tablets, because vitamins made with tablets, there's a lot of pressure to press those into a tablet, and that creates heat. And that heat destroys some of the nutrients. That's the last thing you want. Plus, there's more excipients and binding agents in a tablet, which are more chemicals that you don't need to be adding to your body. You're taking your vitamins to feel better, to be healthier, not to add even minor forms of toxins in there. So take a look at this idea. Go to your big box store. Go to Sam's Club. Go to Costco. Go to Walmart. Look at the vitamins there. Not all of them are horrible. Don't get me wrong. But you turn over the label. Look at the back of them. You're going to see binders. You're going to see flowing agents. You're going to see dyes. You're going to see seed oils. A lot of them have soybean oil. Come on. Soybean oil and a vitamin? Give me a break. It's the last place I want to be taking my vitamin with soybean oil. You don't need any more seed oils. And that's common information nowadays. Another thing, too, omega-3s. Hey, everybody knows, let's take omega-3s. Go to the big box store. You see tons of omega-3s on the shelves. And they are mostly in clear bottles, in clear capsules. What does that do to the omega-3s? Exposed to light, it creates, they oxidize. They become rancid, and they are no longer valuable. You shouldn't be putting them in your body. So in other words, a net positive, take an omega-3 because you heard about heart health and anti-inflammatory benefits. Then you go ahead and take that vitamin. You're getting an oxidized, rancid oil into your body. It's a net negative. Don't take them. What do you do in order to avoid this thing? Well, first, let's back up a little bit. There was a study done a while back, and there's been numerous studies that found that most of the products, or there's a lot of products on the market, what is labeled, what is in the bottle is not there. It's either deficient, it doesn't have the amount that is stated in the bottle, or they have not tested for purity. And there's companies out there that test products for third-party verification. I mean, companies that will test in like Consumer Reports and Mammothation. They'll check and see what is really in there. Are there any toxins? And there'll be some heavy metals. There'll be some types of, maybe the powders, the sourcing of the vitamins are not pure. And you'll have some other toxins inside the vitamins. That is common knowledge within the industry. So you have to be discerning when you buy your vitamins. And the best way to do, obviously, you don't, a lot of times, if you go to your physician, you go to your naturopath, they're going to be using professional products. And most of those products are going to be pure third party tested. That's what you want. You want GMP certified vitamins. That should be on the label. Make sure they're third party tested. They make sure that they have what they state is inside that bottle is on the label, that it's true and correct. And also that there's no contamination in that bottle with the vitamins where they're sourcing their supplements from, or their vitamins from. Andrew was a stickler on this. I'm not promoting ProCaps. I'm just making a point that there is a right way to do things and a good way to do things, and there's an excellent way to do things. And Mark Sisson and Andrew Lessman, and that's where I come from. I believe there's a right way to do things for your optimum health as well. So make sure your vitamins are third-party tested, they're pure, and go for professional quality brands. You can get commercial brands. Some are pure, some are okay, but for the most part, you have to be careful. So if this is a revelation to you, if you haven't heard this before, then there's a lot more information and data I can tell you about how to achieve your peak energy, to be able to do not burn out like I did, and be at your top peak performance ability for your family, for your business, and for when you're working out. Because if you're not running on all your cylinders and you're running on maybe 4 cylinders out of 8, you're not performing at your peak, and it's costing your money, it's costing your bottom line. So I have a webinar called Fatigue Kills Deals. It will go ahead and talk about all the different points of what is happening in the environment today that can be costing you your energy and what can be done about it. So go ahead and comment fatigue below in the comments. I'll send you this webinar, and you will definitely come away learning some things that will definitely help you to achieve achieve at your best. So I'll be talking to you soon. God bless.